Hello, everybody, and we are back with some NASCAR 25. I know I've been doing a lot of NASCAR 15, although today I guess I wanted to go back to NASCAR 25. And we are back. Here's your point standings. I have yet to do good in qualifying or put up a result in qualifying. Here's your top four. I think we all expected to see everyone that you see right now except Austin Dillon. Joey Logano so far is our two-time pole sitter, actually. When we've only ran two races and he's got pole on both of them. We are at Circuit of the Americas. He surprisingly only has one top 10, barely being out of the top 10 at the Daytona 500. And this is not the paint scheme that I will be running. That is the paint scheme I will be running. Toys for Tots. And I'm going to get into this recording now, and let's get into the race. I have a new microphone today, if you could not tell. My old headset sucked, so I had to get a new one. And so we are really slow going through these S's here, although I was able to find speed during qualifying. I had to do a voiceover of this race because the original video got copyrighted, so I had to go in and fix it up a little bit. Because the original audio, any little clip I upload of the audio, I literally almost tried everything. It got copyrighted by YouTube. And we will be on pole for today's race, which is incredibly surprising. Now, I'm gonna play the only audio that I can play of this race.
The Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix is about to get underway here at Circuit of the Americas. We're just moments from hearing engines roar through the hills of Austin, Texas. So let's go trackside for the command.
Start your engine!
That is all I can play. That is the only audio that did not get copyrighted. I only get to play 22 seconds of the original audio, which was about 30 minutes long. And we are coming to the green flag here at Circuit of the Americas. Shane Van Gisbergen quick to take my first place. Damn it. I'm not going to let that slide. And I don't know why, but all of a sudden, I really knew lines here, and I don't really understand. I get cleared of SVG somehow, and that is going to be, so far, our lead, which is growing pretty big. Now, leads like this at road courses can either go far or go nowhere. I'm hoping it goes far and not nowhere. SVG almost gets to the bottom of me as I got really loose going through that turn. Coming out that turn also was really loose. Here's the part that I'm really slow at this track, but I've got a pretty solid lead that I would like to see. That turn I really suck at. This part is a really hard track of the part to understand. Lines are very important for me at this track, I'd say. And I'm not going to follow the really messed up line in the middle of the track. It just looks like a bunch of cautions, honestly, and I don't think there's been that much cautions at every single part of the track. There's got to be different amounts of numbers between this track. This track was pretty fun to drive through. For the first lap, we got 12 frickin' laps to go. This is a lot of racing, especially for a track that takes a minute and like 46 seconds for me to complete. That's my average lap time here, was a minute and 46 seconds. And so that's really probably the most impressive thing I think I did here in the number 3 Toys for Tots car. This is especially this was insanity. I've never been able to make this turn before. In fact, I don't think I've ever been able to make a turn at this track. I think I've almost overshot it every single time. And as you can see, that the lead I already have on last place is a pretty big lead. There's no cautions here on, because I didn't feel like dealing with cautions and having multiple restarts. I mean, it probably would have made the race shorter, honestly, but it didn't. I don't know. And almost coming through there, I could have seen my first corner cutting penalty. You definitely got to watch it in this iRacing game, NASCAR 25, Corner cuts are really strict in this game. If you haven't seen, it was a really big meme, especially with this game, of corner cuts. We've never seen corner cuts quite like it. In fact, one of the more recent games that we've had, NASCAR 21 Ignition, didn't even have penalties in it. I mean, it had your occasional yellow, but what am I talking about? We never had yellows in that game. There was never a single yellow flag ever thrown in that game, except for when either one of the very precious drivers crashed. It's kind of messed up, although this was definitely going through that first track. I think this is when I got my first corner cut penalty, maybe. No. I think it's when we got to the lappers. But since this is mostly majority of what I did the entire race, just kind of see nothing, I'm going to go and cut ahead a little bit so we can get some action. Well, you didn't really miss much except the entirety of lap 3, which I don't think anyone really cared about. And, well, if that wasn't a corner cut, I don't know what is a corner cut. And it was right as we were about to lap someone, so that definitely hurt. And also, this new gen car, I can't get over how dumb these new gen cars look. Going to the side of Helio Castroneves, we got Josh Bilicki and I hate to say this so much, Jimmy Johnson. Why, game? Why do you do this to me? Why do you make me? Why do you have to put him so far in the back? And well, somehow I overshot the turn, and I quite often overshoot that turn, and didn't get a corner cut. So I guess luck was on my side, going to the side of the 51 of Cody Ware to get a very, very clean pass. And I missed my braking point. In fact, my braking point, I think I missed it entirely and drove through it as I'm braking, which normally is good, although you start your brake at your braking point, not already be on the brakes at your braking point. And be the speed you need to take the whole corner. And this is already just filled of lapping people. It's kind of insane, as my lead on SVG builds, Martin T-Rex Jr., unfortunately, is doing pretty bad here at Circuit of the Americas, but we are running very good here, and, well, this is another reason I didn't really have much fun recording this video, is that I'm sick, so I had to stop every now and then to blow my nose. And, well, I'm going to cut ahead to some more action. And coming up to the 7th of Justin Haley, got some contact between me and him, which was kind of got me nervous there that I would have dumped him by accident. And I really am trying to race cleanly here, and I almost dumped someone. That's not very fun when I'm having the first career good at this track, and I almost dumped someone. This is my first time ever racing like this at a road course, and here is the Cole Custer. I don't think he's doing anything this race. I don't recall if he did anything in this race, and I don't think he did anything in this race. It's really, really disappointing how he does. He runs like shit, just like he did in real life. Wish he could have ran like he did in real life, and, well, that's another corner cut penalty. I really gotta watch myself on those corners, although I felt like that one could have been forgiven, because I was kind of driving to the side to avoid going into the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek. And, well, that is kind of disappointing, because you really got to be careful as you're driving in this game, and then, well, just faster than Gilliland and Nemechek, just so much faster on that straight, which is very surprising. My tires smoke a little bit going down the straightaway, which is something that you don't really want to see, especially in this game. You don't really want to see your tires smoke, especially at a road course. That means, uh-oh, for you. And going through this part of the track is something I really don't like. I don't really like that part. Neither do I like this part, and I overshoot it again, and once again, that same tire is smoking up a storm back there. He's kind of like my grandma, smoking up a storm. And, well, here comes the sad Daniel Suarez got he hit the brakes for Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamster. He did not want to make contact, and I was really trying to not make contact with Brad, although you just got to be careful when you're lapping people, especially because sometimes lap cars will fight back. I know this because of NASCAR 15 at Darlington. Danica Patrick fought back, and that's ruined my day. I hate it when lap cars fight back. Although I feel in this game they're a little bit more respectful when you're trying to lap them, and they get out of the way because obviously you're the faster car than them, and they should obviously slow down and not speed up and try to ram you off the track. Not like I've had to deal with that before. And, well, halfway here, and I think there's a clip I want to get to before we reach the 15-minute mark, so I'm going to have to get there. Now, I really hate racing dirty. It's not something I like. It's not something I want to do. But I kind of bumped Martin Truex Jr. out of the way. He was already having a very bad year. He hasn't had a single good run. And I kind of just bump him out of the way, and that's something I'm just not proud of myself for doing, is just bumping him out of the way. I really tried to not do that, although sometimes in this game, your brakes just aren't very forgiving to other people. Which is very, very sad, and well, I guess we're lapping this guy again. I guess I'll let this play, but that was very sad. Once again, you need to be careful when you're lapping people, especially when you do something as stupid as what I just did. I definitely got a get out of jail free card right there, and, well, once again, I didn't get another get out of jail free card. Yeah, those aren't really free anymore. Kinda expensive. Gotta pay for those. I really wish I could have gotten one there, though. I swear I paid for 2 get out of jail free cards. I only got 1 this race. What the hell? And there's a 34 of Todd Gilliland, lapping him again. Same thing with John Hunter Nemechek. And I think I passed these guys pretty cleanly. I'm not very surprised. Then again, John Hunter Nemechek didn't fight back this time, which he kind of did last time, I guess. And, well, underwear, once again. Just a lap again. I don't think he's going to do anything, honestly, in this entire race, or at all this season. Now, keeping it clean an entire race is going to be impossible, and it is something that, well, I don't necessarily think that was my fault. I just think it was a tire failure, or, although, I think he saved it, and so we were able to keep green flag racing here, although I believe there was no cautions turned on for this race. And coming up here, I noticed the opportunity to lap Brad again, and so this is where I kind of hit the pedal and start moving the car, and also getting an opportunity to lap this guy again, Josh Berry. And then I see a group of 3. I don't know if this was the group that it happened, or if I already skipped it when it happened. I'm not going to expose what happened. You'll see it very upcoming very soon. Okay, I need to get my vision checked for what I just saw. But anyways, coming to the final lap. I don't know if it was the final lap that it happened, but as you can see over there on the running order on the other side of the gas, the one with the laps and the running order, and you can see, holy shit, they don't have a chance. I don't know what happened. I just ran really good here at this track today. It surprised me too. Like, I'm not supposed to do good here. What is going on? I'm supposed to suck. Everyone's probably thinking that I'm gonna suck. It's the only reason anyone ever clicks on a road course is because the driver's supposed to suck. He's not supposed to do good. This is NASCAR 25, not NASCAR Heat 5. They're not supposed to do good. That's illegal. No, bad. No, you're supposed to do bad. I order you to do bad. I swear to God. I gotta get out. I think that was my next get out of jail free card. And well, can I keep it clean on this final lap? Well, let's see. Can I keep it clean on this final lap? I slowed down for him and I fixed him up. I don't know if you guys consider that dirty or not. We'll see what you guys say. You probably will strangle me in the comments. Be like, God dang it, I told you that was dirty. No! And I'm very disappointed in this game. And I'm very, very disappointed in this game. You wanna know why? SVG is the only driver in this top 5 that I think should be in this top 5. Maybe except me. But William Byron, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe, are we serious, iRacing? They didn't do shit here in real life. But I will take home the victory for my 3rd win of the year. And honestly, this year's going very, very well for me. And wow, what a good race. And our next race will be Phoenix. And here's your updated point standings after this. It looks like absolutely nothing happened. Except a bunch of losers are in the top. Except a bunch of losers are in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of your point standings. This game really needs to get their shit straight. And that is all I have for you guys today. And peace out.